Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDN TV Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications.
Africa's most populous nation last week celebrated its 65th independence anniversary from British colonial rule, which was formally granted on October 1st, 1960. This milestone marks 6.5 decades of self-rule. However, back in 1957, 3 years before independence, the Sir Henry Williams Commission had drawn attention to the plight of Nigeria's minority ethnic groups, especially the oil-rich Niger Delta region, describing it as an area in need of special attention. 68 years later, as Nigeria commemorates its 65th independence anniversary, Inside the Niger Delta examines the state of affairs in the region, which has remained the economic mainstay of the Nigerian state.
If Nigeria's state were to be a human, it would be just 5 years shy of a platinum jubilee, an age reserved for the very fortunate and blessed. However, at 65 years of independence, many Niger Deltans who spoke to Inside the Niger Delta say there is still so much the most populous black nation in the world is yet to get right.
The system of government we are running is not suitable for us. By now at 65, we're supposed to be able to study our situation, know the system of government that is suitable for us, and establish such government so that we can have good governance and the running of this nation will be smooth.
No Nigerian is happy that at 65, we have deficit in almost every aspect of our life, in infrastructure, in human capital development. You know, we are just jumping from one place to another. From class 5, we adopted 6334. Now we have adopted another educational system. In the past, we had Operation Feed the Nation. We had Green Revolution. All of these things, no consistency.
You have not seen a good Nigerian product that is thriving outside, apart from our crude. It's not that we don't have the natural resources. We have the abundant natural resources that when you put them into processing and then refine them to a finished product, you see that Nigeria will be ahead. We compete globally.
Across the 9 states of the Niger Delta, communities and even city centers bear the clear signs of poverty. Young people remain largely idle and unemployed, with illiteracy still prevalent. Critical infrastructure such as roads, schools and hospitals are in a state of disrepair and abandonment. To make matters worse, the activities of oil and gas companies carried out with very little supervision and regulation have left an ugly trail of pollution and environmental disaster across the region. As Nigeria celebrated its 65th independence anniversary last week, some Niger Deltans say over 6 decades of self-rule have brought little to cheer about in a region that serves as the economic mainstay of the nation.
Many of the villages don't have drinking water. They don't have roads. The beneficiary is supposed to start from where the oil is being taken from. But now, the people within the vicinity there are not benefiting anything.
I think the federal government and the state government should design a mechanism of evaluating the impact of oil exploration on the communities of Niger Delta, so that they will be able to assess whether the people are improved in terms of standard of living or they are the other way around.
A few years before independence in 1957, the Williams Commission in its report described the Niger Delta as an area in need of special attention. Successive administrations have since made attempts to address the peculiar challenges of the region through interventions such as the Niger Delta Development Board, the Niger Delta River Basin Authority, UMPADEC, and now the NDDC. Yet, the state of infrastructure and general living conditions in the area remain a major cause for concern, with host communities where oil continues to flow being the worst hit. Residents in some of these communities attribute this situation to poor leadership, which they say has kept the region in perpetual underdevelopment.
Most times that we have democratic governance in place, they don't normally give us what we expect from them. And that's an unfortunate aspect of it. In fact, I can tell you that at times when we have military administration in place, they do better. And that's the area in which we need to address.
Sharing the blame further, others note that Niger Deltans themselves, including state and local government leaders, have not been fair or transparent in managing the resources allocated to them by the federal government.
It is not enough for us to be shouting, they are not doing enough, they are not doing enough. But even the ones that have been given to us, what are they doing with it? We have the NDDC, we have Ministry of Niger Delta, we have River Basin Commission, we have all of these. Yet, the Niger Delta is still very backward compared to other places.
I don't know why the core Niger Delta state cannot have a grid, haven't unbundled the power sector. If Abia can do it, I think Rivers can do it, Imo and Bayelsa and Delta. We need power so that our people can benefit and industry will thrive.
For many in the Niger Delta, hope is not entirely lost, as much as those in authority will demonstrate true commitment to the welfare of the people.
When we come together as a nation and we sit down and we realize we have problems and we sit down and we agree on the situation and how to go ahead, that is the best way to go for now.
No doubt there have been some gains in the past 65 years since Nigeria got independence. However, obviously, there seems to be a lot more that needs to be attended to. The people are indeed hopeful that going forward, things will change for the better, especially across communities in the country's oil belt, where despite the enormous wealth, many are still struggling to eke out a living.
Inside the Niger Delta,